Okay, let's solve a couple more compiler errors. So first we'll compile our code. We'll go see what errors we have. We've got a few errors here. I'm not going to deal with these errors during this video. Instead, I'm going to deal with all the errors associated with this get method. So this get method is being called on chapters and on riddles. And we can see that we get these errors starting at 606 in the Alice in Wonderland text-based adventure game header file. And the errors seem to persist all the way down until around 698 of that same file. So let's go see if we can't fix those. So we're in the Alice in Wonderland text-based adventure header file, and we're going to go down to line 606. So as you can see, 606, we've got the errors, the squiggly red lines here, for the get method with chapters and with riddles on 608. Well, what is chapters? Chapters is a standard vector of type chapter, and riddles is also standard vector of type riddle. So if we go up to the top of our file where our instance variables are, we can see that we have a vector of type riddle, riddles, and a vector of type chapter, chapters. So these are just user-defined classes that I have, by the way, riddle and chapters. So both of them are vectors, and vectors don't have a get method. Vectors have a they have an at method, but not a get method. I think what happened is I'm currently taking several courses at the same time. One of them being this course, COM 306, which is C++ for programmers, and the other one being COM 308, which is a Java course. And obviously between the languages there's some differences and the different data structures and that sort of thing. And in Java there's an array list, a parameterized array list, so I can have an array list of type riddle or an array list of type chapter. And so if I was doing this program in Java, that's what I would have, an array list of these things. And I believe the get method is associated with an array list. So I was probably in a Java mindset. But with vectors, there is no get method, but there is an at method. So I can change this to at, and that'll get rid of that error. Alternatively, instead of using the at method, you could just use the old array style syntax with a vector, the subscript operator. It is better to use the at, but you could use either or. So now by correcting these on 606 and 608, I should be able to get rid of those compiler errors. Let's see. So we can see here we have an error for 606 and 608, as well as 607 in the middle. But if I recompile this code, I now only have the error 607. So I've got rid of the other two errors. Excellent. So I just need to do this for, I'm just going to go do at. Why would I use at? I should probably have shown you why I'll use at. Because if I use the subscript operator, it doesn't have error checking. So if I use at, it takes in, the parameter of size t, which is just like an int that's cross-compatible, safe, and everything, and allows you to access the index of an element you want in the array, but it throws an exception. It has an out of range if n is an invalid index option. So this function provides safer data access. The parameter is first checked to see if it's in the range of the vector, and then the function throws an out of range if the check fails. You don't get that with the subscript operator. So this is just easy array style data access. It's unchecked, and the out of range lookups are not defined. If you want out of range lookups, use the at method. So for that reason, I'm going to use the at method. It's just better. But either or would work to solve our issue and get rid of our errors. In order to get rid of them all quickly, we'll just use the control F to find and replace. So we're going to go riddles.get. Anywhere we see riddles.get, we're going to replace with riddles.at. And anywhere we see chapters, with just one S, chapters.get, we're going to replace with chapters.add. And that should solve our issue. So if I recompile this, it should solve the issue. I'm going to save this video first.